Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Blake Chaos, and today we are joined once again by the one and only Bailey D. We're talking sports happenings around the world. We got some UFC talk, we got some NFL talk, of course, we got women's basketball talk, a little bit of everything for you guys. So before we get into that, do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave some comments, guys. Let's talk about what's going on in the sports world. And with all of that out of the way,
All
let's
right,
get.
ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I am here once again, joined by the great Bailey D. Bailey, thank you for coming again. We much
How we
appreciate it.
doing? How we doing? Thank you so much, Blake Chaos. First and foremost, if you not have already, like, comment, subscribe, do what you need to do to where we can keep bringing you this content that you love, the sports talk that you want to hear. Let's start it off. Let's start it off with the fight last night. How
Yeah.
did that turn out for you?
That was an absolutely amazing fight. I love it. There's some fresh new. I mean, he was with a third ranked featherweight fighter going up against the champ, Topuria. I'm talking about came in, predicted that second round knockout, predicted he was going to be 15-0, predicted he was going to be the champ years ago. Like, I love this dude. I love the energy he brings to the fight, to the featherweight champ. The belt there. He's the champ now. Bailey, what do you got to say about it?
I don't know. I was predicting Taporia coming out on top. I mean, just a lot of the new younger people coming into the octagon, and they just, they want to make a name for themselves. I know Vegas probably lost a little bit of money last night, keeping him as the underdog at plus 135, but that is the way it's going to go. I just did not expect it to end with a minute 30 left in round two with that nice body jab to that mean left hook coming out on top. Some you always got to watch out for because, man, once you get that and once that holds down, it's lights out. It was a great fight. It was a wonderful card. I enjoyed watching it all, but it was definitely a way to end out the night. I did not expect that. It was a great fight, and just kind of all the way around, I enjoyed it a lot. I definitely saw a lot of people in there trying to make a name for themselves, and that's what I always like to see. I like to see people coming in with the thrive, with the attitude that they want to be on top, and now a lot of the newer generations coming in, they are getting that opportunity to show, them big dogs, they're coming in to eat, especially, Alexander the Great. He's been around for a long time. He's gone back and forth with a lot of people. A lot since about 2016, he's been running main cards. And yeah, I mean, just his reign is up. The time has come. People they make a name for themselves. They hold it down for a while, but I definitely knew Taporia was coming out on top of that one. I
Yeah.
predicted that one a little while ago, and I just love the outcome of that one.
Now, what's interesting, and I want to bring this stat up to you, and I want to get your opinion on it. Alexander turned 35 last September,
Mm-hmm.
and now fighters who are 35 and older who were champions have never won a fight after turning 35. A championship fight, like they've never retained the belt after turning 35. They're
Yes.
15. They're 0 and 15. That is an absolutely astonishing a stat right there. That's just incredible. Like, there's not one featherweight fighter that could have won. Like, what's going on with that?
Yeah, he definitely had the chance to, but I mean, you got all these young dogs. They are in the race. They want the showcase. They want to bring their name up. They got the energy. They got the thrive, and just all the new training technology and everything nowadays. It just gives them more of an advantage to kind of make that up and coming debut or anything like that. And I mean, Taporia, he's a great fighter inside the octagon. He's a dog. He wanted to go. He was already sitting with that 14-0 record,
He's
and
got
now
those
he
hands. He's got those
wanted to
hands.
them bricks. I mean, and there's no doubt about it. When you step in there, you got to give it your all, and the best man will come out on top. And that's just what we seen last night. Even running with the underdog at plus 135, he still came out on top, and he's a champ today. That's just how it is.
Did you take any of Vegas's money last night?
A little bit. I had a couple of different things going, for overs, unders, and stuff like that. I didn't have anything really set on the main fight just because I like to stay away from that. Just I love watching and just observing and kind of stuff like that. But I like to play around with like a lot of the prelims and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just enjoy watching it. Enjoy hearing people's stories, how they came up, and just kind of how they got to where they're at. And Taporia, he's just all natural. He's a brute fighter. He got in the cage. He showed us what he was about, and look at him now. Just like he called it, he's 15-0. There's
And
no
he
doubt.
and just rushing them too. Now that's
Yeah.
let's lead that into the next topic of conversation here. Our boy Grand Rapids' own Jamal Hill. Tell me about him.
Jamal Hill, sweet dreams, man. What a guy he is. He is an absolute menace in the octagon. And I mean, the sweet dreams, that's the name alone. He out of his last 4 fights, he had the 3 knockouts. He came into the world title and everything like that, and then the unfortunate injury with the Achilles tendon, but he gave up his belt, not in competition, not losing wise, and he just is, getting bigger, better, more confidence that he wants to come in and he wants to show the world that, he still is the champ. He could have, made a lot of decisions and, done a lot of things, but he gave up his belt, gave other people the opportunity, and he's coming back with confidence. I feel like he's going to really take it against Alex Pereira. I mean, I think it's going to be a late second, early third round thing. He's coming back, and that boy, he got the bricks on him. He's ready. He's ready to take it back home. He wants to bring the belt back to Grand Rapids.
Yeah, and that's it.
It's going to be a great fight, and there's going to be a lot of other very interesting matchups that night. I mean, we're going to have Justin Gaethje, Max Holloway, Kayla Harrison, Holly Holm. Like, we're going to be able to see Aljamain Sterling again. It's always fun watching him in the octagon. I mean, Jessica Andrade, she is an absolute, monster. I'm scared of that chick. She's going crazy. So I don't know. There's going to be a lot of fights on UFC 300. That is definitely going to be a card that everybody will want to tune into, and I am very much looking forward to that. Very much.
You know what? I think Dana White is smiling from ear to ear right now because because he just he's doing this whole European push, trying to open to more markets there, and with Topuria being born in Georgia, raised in Spain, a Spanish German, also living in Georgia, that opens up a whole new market for Dana White. So he's seeing dollar signs, loving the rise of that young star.
And then just him being so versed with all of the fighters, just kind of getting around. Like Dana White, he's an all-time guy. I mean, there's not a soul that hates him or has anything bad to say about him. He's a great guy, and I just what he has done for the league and the UFC and everything like that has just been absolutely amazing. I mean, he is definitely built from the ground up, and he is he's a great guy. And that's why I think he's going to be watching out for UFC 300 very much. He like I was saying, Jamal is very keen to get back in there and just to naturally take that belt back after not forcefully giving it up. He just gave it up. He wants to give other people a chance, and he's coming back with that confidence. And it's going to be one that you're not going to miss.
It's going to be a good fight. I have a feeling he's going to be a little rusty in the early round, something like that. But I think he'll get it together, and I think it'll be a second round take, maybe a late second, mid third.
It's just as long as he doesn't have any problems with that Achilles. I mean, that is definitely a hard injury to come back to, especially when you're working with so much footwork and trying to, get around and everything. I definitely think, they're going to be trying to pound a lot towards towards the legs and towards, the body and stuff like that. But I mean, Jamal, as we have seen him in the octagon, he is, an absolute menace in the octagon. And I cannot wait to see. A lot of people are saying, he doesn't deserve, the main event. UFC 300 is obviously a huge milestone.
Oh, yeah.
People are saying that he does not deserve it. But honestly, I think he does. I think he's really going to show out. And I think it's going to be, a card that's going to shock everybody. It's going to be something great.
It will be. It absolutely will be. Speaking of new champs around in the sports world, let's talk about Caitlin Clark, man.
Oh man, all around, she is shocked everybody. The last 2-3 years, she has been absolutely going off, not only on the court but off the court. I love to see how she has been, getting a lot more views in upcoming media and stuff like that to women's basketball, because that is definitely something that has been very underrated all time. But just the way that she is impacting younger generations, the way that she is showcasing on the court. I mean, look, her last Thursday against Michigan.
Michigan, yeah.
The logo, yeah. She hit a 3-point from the logo to break the record.
And she came out and she got the first 8 points off rip. Hit the elbow jumper, dropped a 3, hit that one. She pulled up from half court and said, "Nah, I'm in my zone right here," and canned that thing. Bro, I sat there and watched that game. I'm a Peacock member, so I was able to watch the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting here watching it. I'm falling in love with this chick. She is absolutely amazing. Like, her ability to get to her spot to score is like NBA level. Like, how she handles the ball, her vision. She had 49 points, 13 dimes, and every one of them was just spectacular. 5 boards.
Juicy,
I mean,
juicy.
this chick is mind blowing.
I mean,
She's
she'll go
mind
to the
blowing.
logo and she'll drop it deep like it's nothing. She'll
Oh
take
yeah,
the break. I mean, she's just she's very great. I mean, the last 4 years she's been shooting over 80% from the free throw. She's been shooting over 50%, inside the threes. And I mean, she's been shooting around 40% the last 4 years at the 3-point line. She's very great. And like I said, what makes me even like her even more is just her community-based structure, especially to the young generation. Like I see all videos and all stuff all the time, how she's, reaching out to younger athletes and younger programs and, just younger females that are wanting to be able to, it's inspiring. She wants to be able to evolve the game of women's basketball, and especially her breaking women's records in NCAA now. Like she just surpassed Kelsey Plum, who was a 2-time WNBA championship, who played for the Washington Huskies. She just surpassed that record, and she did it, with confidence. Like I said, she was at the logo. She passed that record.
she's about to. She's got 99 points until she passes Rick Barry's all-time
All
points
time.
record, all time,
And
like
that
men
is
or
insane.
women. And she is. I love her because she has an opportunity now. She could go to the WNBA and make really not that much money, but a lot of money, life changing amounts of money. Nothing. I know there's the whole debate between all that. We're not going to get into that here today. We will in future episodes.
We
But
will.
she can stay in college for another year, get her degree, stay in that community structure, and still make probably over $1 million in the year because she's got the State Farm sponsor. She's got 3 or 4 different sponsors where she's making money, but those sponsorships will transfer over out of the NIL into the WNBA, so she can go and
Oh,
make
for
a little
sure.
bit more money, or she can stay back. So the city of Indiana now, who conveniently hosted the All Star game this weekend, uh, they got the number 1 pick, and man, do they want her! They rolled
They
out the
want
red.
her bad, but that's one thing about her. Like I said too, she's just not only showcasing on the court. She is a really, community-based person. She loves to show the love, to the fans, to the community, and she's just done a lot for, Iowa. And she's very great. My favorite thing is just her, seeking and reaching out to the younger generations and inspiring the younger generations, the younger females to be able to, get in the game and want to do great and just, want to be better. It's just one of those things about, all around sports that I really love. I mean, you can be great on the field, on the court, in the ring, whatever you do, but as long as you are, a great person with that heart and everything, and you reach out to your fans and you're just a good person in the community, that's what makes it even better. And I just feel like, she would benefit a lot more if she kind of stuck around that extra year, broke her records, got the degree, and just did everything like that. She has definitely created an era that have not really seen before, and I just feel like she's going to make such an evolution in the women's NCAA and WNBA. It's going to be something to look forward to. She's definitely going to be one to watch for years to come.
Absolutely, and she's got that dog mentality, that killer.
Oh
Like,
yeah, no, she's ready to go. You put her on the court and people are shook. She is ready
uh,
to go.
like Michael Jordan and Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes and Caitlin Clark have, is Patrick Mahomes, and he just won his third ring, third
Yep,
Super Bowl MVP, second
twice
and
in a row.
back to back, and he's going for that dynasty label. He
Yes,
wants
he
that
is.
dynasty label, and you know what? I think that debate is starting to heat up, and it's starting to get interesting. But as a huge Tom Brady fan and a former Patriots fan, I was big on their bandwagon. I got a warning for the Chiefs fans, and it's get ready because the allegations are going to start coming. You guys will start hearing heat about everything. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
talking
that's
about, right?
really how it goes. I mean, especially Pat Mahomes. Like I said, I'm not really the biggest Chiefs fan. Never really hopped on the bandwagon, but he's there. He's on the field, and he can make it happen. And especially breaking records like we haven't seen the back to backs in almost 20 years. Since the Pats and Brady, everything like that. It's just people kind of getting in their own little hurt feelings. Obviously they took it this year, they took it last year. They're on the road. They're projected. Maybe go next year. They're always going to come with the haters, especially when there's so much of fan base, there's so much money flowing around, just kind of all that way. People hate losing and they find any excuse to. But I mean, it's about who's being raw on the field. It's about who's got that talent. And, when you show up and when you step up to the plate and you can hit that dinger, you strike out. And I mean, he's been hitting dingers. He came into the league fierce, ready to play. And that's just what he's been doing. So anytime you come across, them championships, breaking records, stuff like that, there's always going to be the haters. There's always going to be the allegations. It just is all provided with, the proof. It is all provided in the storyline. But I honestly, I mean, he's a great ball player. When in doubt,
He
he's
is.
got natural
Oh yeah.
talent, especially under pressure. Because, like I said, going into seasons, there's definitely that defer of where he really shows his true colors up until they get to the end season, they get to the Super Bowl or something like that. He will throw a team on his back and he will carry him that way. And I think he has showed us that, and he has proved that time and time again. So I definitely think it's just natural talent. They got a good team structure, good base, and they know how to play with it. They know how to perform it, and they know what to do.
Yeah, they absolutely do. And I'm starting. I'm not a big Chiefs or Mahomes fan either, but I'm really starting to gain a huge amount of respect for the kid because of his accomplishments, because of that dog mentality. Anytime a player in any sport, I don't care if it's ladies golf, I don't care if it's midget throwing, I don't care if you show like dedication, motive, drive, that work ethic, that put them on your back. We're getting there, kind of that attitude. I
Oh,
got
for sure.
respect for you. I'm a
Right, right,
Lions fan, so I
right.
hate the fact that he's only 28 and this fucking good because he's going to be in the fucking league for fucking 15 years
Forever.
still. So
We're gonna be seeing him from quite a while. And like I said, he is definitely not on a downfall. He is still just getting his rhythm right, and he's still going. And obviously, he's great. But one thing that I do not, and I know this is off topic and everything. I really did not like the disrespect towards Andy Reid, against Travis Kelce, as we all seen on TV. Him, going up to him, giving him that big push, giving him that big, everything like that. And
yeah, but okay, hold on. Listen, in that situation, I completely understand. First of all, you gotta thank the media for catching that and being able to slow that down. And you got to
shout
thank
out to
Andy
the media
Reid's.
guys.
And you got to thank Andy Reid. He's a 70-some-year-old cheeseburger loving overweight guy. Travis Kelsey is a monster of a man. He's dealing with both of them are dealing with emotions and like he wanted that. Give me that ball. I want that ball. So he might have rushed into Andy Reid a little bit, and he might have been a
Yeah,
little forceful with Papa Smurf there. But I think it was look they were slapping each other's ass. Walking into the tunnel at
oh yeah,
halftime.
it's all love, and I mean, you see what obviously Taylor Swift, Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, they all have a great friendip and everything, but it's just kind of one of those things that is not something that you want to do on one of the biggest stages
Oh
in
yeah.
television, every
Oh yeah.
year. Like
That's
if you would have went into any regular season game, if you would have went into college play, anything like that, scholarships would have been stripped, NIL would have been gone. I mean, people would have lost playing
yeah.
time. I just definitely think
Oh yeah.
there is more to
And
respect to that. And Andy Reid, he is a Super Bowl champion building coach.
oh
He
yeah.
knows how to build a team. He knows how to structure his guys, and he knows how to use them. And you can't be the showcase all the time. You can't be 100% of what everything. And I just feel like
Well,
that went
that's
a little
what
bit too far. There could have
that's
been
what
some change, but that definitely went a little too far.
Yeah, I was listening to the Kelsey Brother podcast
Hmm.
on Wednesday, and Travis Kelsey talked about that whole situation, and he said, "Yeah, at halftime, Coach Reed walks up to me, slaps me on the ass, and says, 'Look, man, be careful. I always got cameras on me.'" And
Yeah.
that's when Travis Kelce, he's like, "Yeah, he realized it." But I don't think Andy Reid took anything by it. But I do. You treat your head coach with respect. I don't care. I've had head coaches in
Oh,
numerous
for
sports
sure.
for numerous reasons.
Of course, especially on the biggest stage in almost television history. I mean, that game is broadcasted worldwide, and you had more than people that you can even imagine watching that all the time,
Two
every year.
202 million U.S. views. 202 million. That's like two-thirds of the U.S. population. That's insane.
And especially with people who do not watch it on a regular basis, or kind of keep up. I just feel like that kind of put a bad name on his back and stuff like that. And like I was saying, if you go into any regular season game or any even playoff games or even college level something like that, that definitely would have resulted in a lot of consequence. But just because of the relationship between Andy Reid, Taylor
Yeah.
Swift, and Travis Kelce, there wasn't much of it. I just think for the aspect, for the simple mind that that wasn't okay. Out of all the sports that I've played, watched, everything like that, your coach, you treat utmost respect. Respect them. It's their team. It's their game. You're gonna play it.
Imagine if Russell Wilson would have did that to Sean Payton. Sean Payton
Yeah,
would have laid his ass out, man.
on the ground, no other. And I mean, we can also look into like other big names like Antonio Brown, taking off stuff, throwing it out in the crowd, like a lot of stuff like that. There's a lot of disrespect around the league, but I just feel like going towards the head coach, going towards the one that put their faith in you, brought you to the team, and led you to the way to the Super Bowl, the biggest stage. That was just something that just kind of stuck with me a little bit. I was always a little bit back and forth on it, but. Andy Reid, he's a good guy. He's always, kind of got the humor in him. He's always got, the care around, and, he builds championship teams. It's just what he does. And it's just, I don't know. That was just one thing that really kind of caught me off guard, and it just kind of stuck with me for a little bit.
Yeah, it was a good moment, though. I watched it and I looked over at my dad and I said, oh shit, they're destroying themselves. And yeah, clear.
Yeah,
I got so excited.
Great. That could have been, it all, but they kept their minds on it. They kept it rolling, and they came out with the dub, and like I said, they were doing it, back to back. We haven't seen that in 20 years since, the Pats and Brady. So that's definitely a thing. But I think, a lot of the haters are going to start coming up with, allegations, how they were doing for cheating and, this and that. But I don't know. You go out there, you show your raw talent, and you just, the best man comes out on top. That's just how it is. That's the game. That's the sport. There's no other way around it.
You heard it here first, folks, from the man himself, Bailey D. Bailey D.
Chaos for having me on again. Like I said, if you have not liked, commented, followed, subscribed, do it now so we can keep bringing you your favorite content, your favorite sports talk, and just we can keep this rolling, baby.
Absolutely. I'm not even going to tell you guys because Bailey just did. We'll talk to you later. Next video.
All right, we'll see you.